Welcome to the Hollywood Secrets Information. In this video, we are diving deep into the dark side of the golden age of Hollywood, where glamour often masked deep-rooted prejudices. These are the 17 most racist celebrities from the golden age who, behind the scenes, shocked the world with their behavior and refusal to work with others based on race. From bigoted remarks to discriminatory casting choices, these revelations remind us that not everything was as golden as it seemed. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more eye-opening stories from old Hollywood. Now, let's uncover the truth. 1. John Wayne. John Wayne was a Hollywood icon, best known for his roles in westerns. But his personal views often sparked controversy. In a notorious 1971 Playboy interview, he stated he didn't feel guilty about the treatment of Native Americans and expressed strong white supremacist views. Wayne openly opposed civil rights movements and made derogatory statements about African Americans, contributing to a hostile environment on set for actors of color. 2. Walt Disney. While known for creating family-friendly entertainment, Walt Disney has long been associated with accusations of racism and anti-Semitism. Former employees and historians have highlighted how early Disney films like Song of the South depicted harmful racial stereotypes. Disney also reportedly had biases in his hiring practices and maintained close relationships with white supremacist groups during the 1940s. 3. Marlon Brando. Although Brando later became an outspoken advocate for Native American rights, his earlier years were marred with contradictions. On some sets, including during the making of Viva Zapata, Brando allegedly refused to work closely with Mexican actors he deemed too ethnic. While he grew into a civil rights supporter, his early behavior reflected the prejudices ingrained in the industry. 4. Laurence Olivier. Considered one of the greatest actors of all time, Laurence Olivier's performance in Othello, 1965, in full blackface makeup, was heavily criticized, even then. His choice to perform in blackface, when black actors were already marginalized, revealed a deeper racial insensitivity. Olivier defended his decision unapologetically, brushing off concerns from both audiences and peers. 5. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy, though admired for his acting skills, was reportedly uncomfortable working with black actors. On the set of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, he reportedly had issues with the interracial themes. Though he maintained a professional demeanor publicly, crew members noted a visible tension behind the scenes, especially when dealing with Sidney Poitier. 6. Clark Gable. Clark Gable had a complicated relationship with race. While he walked off the Gone with the Wind set to protest segregated bathrooms, he also made several racially insensitive remarks in private. Some African American co-stars later revealed that Gable's off-camera behavior didn't align with his public image as a progressive star. 7. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford was a force in Hollywood, but she allegedly refused to work with black or Asian actors in leading roles. Crawford was known for rejecting roles that required sharing screen time with actors of color. Insiders from MGM Studios recounted how she would demand script changes to reduce the presence of non-white characters. 8. Katharine Hepburn. While celebrated for her trailblazing roles, Katharine Hepburn's early career was not devoid of racial bias. On multiple occasions, she expressed discomfort working alongside black actors, and reportedly pushed back against interracial storylines. Her image as a feminist and progressive masked a more complicated personal stance on race. 9. Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby had a polished public image as a crooner and movie star, but insiders shared stories of his unwillingness to tour or perform with black artists. He rarely collaborated with artists of color and reportedly rejected joint appearances that might associate him with non-white entertainers, especially during the 1930s and 40s. 10. Alfred Hitchcock. The legendary director was notoriously picky about his cast. In private, Hitchcock expressed disdain for casting actors of color, often citing that they didn't fit the aesthetic of his films. Although his films were cinematic masterpieces, many critics have pointed out the glaring absence of diversity, which reflected Hitchcock's own racial prejudices. 11. Ronald Reagan. Before becoming the U.S. president, Reagan was an actor entrenched in old Hollywood. As a union leader and later an actor, he was known to oppose integration on movie sets. Reagan was also accused of using coded racial language and was involved in efforts to limit opportunities for black actors in the 1950s. 12. Betty Grable. Famous for her pin-up posters and musical numbers, Betty Grable allegedly had strict conditions about the race of her supporting cast. Dancers and co-stars of color were often cut from scenes she led. Grable also opposed integrating military entertainment tours, which further fueled concerns about her discriminatory views. 13. Mickey Rooney. Rooney's portrayal of Mr. Yunioshi in Breakfast at Tiffany's remains one of the most criticized examples of yellowface in film history. Despite backlash, Rooney defended the caricature for decades. He repeatedly claimed the role was a joke and refused to apologize for the offensive portrayal, showing a lack of awareness and respect for Asian communities. 14. Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire was a dance legend, but his decision to perform in blackface in a tribute to Bill Bojangles Robinson in Swing Time was problematic, even in its day. While some argued it was an homage, many in the black community felt it was exploitative. Astaire's lack of collaboration with black dancers during his peak years also reflected racial exclusion. 15. Katharine Ross. While a lesser-known name on this list, Ross was part of several major productions in the 60s and 70s that actively excluded minority actors. She reportedly lobbied producers to minimize minority roles and worked only with predominantly white casts. Crew members recalled her opposing scripts that focused on integration or diversity themes. 16. Henry Fonda. Despite his reputation as a thoughtful actor, Henry Fonda reportedly expressed discomfort with interracial casting in several productions. While never overtly vocal, he quietly lobbied for casting changes that favored white actors, and some directors noted that he walked off sets when scenes included non-white actors in equal roles. 17. Shirley Temple, later years. While Shirley Temple as a child star shared the screen with black actors like Bill Robinson, her later views were less inclusive. In her adult years, she reportedly opposed progressive movements in Hollywood, and critics claim she worked behind the scenes to stall racially inclusive projects, aligning with conservative figures of the time. And there you have it, a revealing look at 17 golden age celebrities who let their racial prejudices shape the industry behind the curtain. While they dazzled on screen, their actions off-screen contributed to a culture of exclusion, inequality, and discrimination that still has echoes in Hollywood today. Let us know in the comments what shocked you the most or if there's someone you think should have made the list. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth revelations from the golden but shadowed days of old Hollywood. Thanks for watching.